Good morning, everybody. Today is day 526 and 527. It is 10:51 a.m. in the morning. It is February 5th, 2026, and today is Thursday. Okay, so yesterday I didn't walk. I had a doctor's appointment and I came back and I did my nails. I got a new nail lamp. I realized that I didn't need one, but I thought it was time to try something else to see which lamp I prefer and then just kind of switch back and forth. But I think I like it enough. Let me go ahead and let this raise up real quick. But yeah, I think I like it enough to keep using it. And so I have two not polished lamps and I'm thinking about selling one of them. So I'm not quite sure how, where, or when I will do that. But let me get this thing up to speed and then I'll tell you about it. I have 2 videos on it so far. So I have a full review of the lamp and I do my nails. And I pre-designed 2 of my nails, both thumbs, on a little base. And so I show that as well to see how would it work if you have those, like the base that has the little pieces that are magnetic. And my base just so happens to have the full base is magnetic. So I want to see how that would work. And then not just using my hands in there. And then I was kind of watching my video that I made yesterday, and I was realizing that it wasn't coming back on and showing me my hands all the time, which kind of was good because that probably would have been a little annoying in my video, at least for me it would have been, since I don't like a lot of noise anyway. But it made me realize that I have to get used to making the lamp do what it's supposed to do, which is to show your hands. It has a camera inside and a screen on the outside. So yeah, one of the first things that I had forgot to mention, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't take it off because this means that maybe my screen on the lamp is not scratched, like there's light scratches. That might just be the film, but I'm going to leave that film on top of there. And so I'll probably mention that in my next video because I have another one to make because I ordered the wireless keyboard remote that comes, doesn't come with it, but that they made for it. Which I thought was really unique because sometimes I don't feel like trying to remember what each button is, like the amount of seconds that each button is. And since I only do my nails, the buttons are always on the opposite side of me. So I felt that it was time for an upgrade. Okay, so we're up to speed. The lamp says that it has AI technology and it's supposed to learn over time. A lot of people said that it doesn't really have AI technology as much as it does some type of sensor. I can tell you the sensor is an infrared sensor. And you don't even actually have to put your hand all the way in. That's one thing I'm probably going to have to remember to say on my next video with the remote. You just have to put it in far enough to be in front of the infrared sensors and then it will come on. And then when you put your hand further in, it tracks your nails. It's supposed to be more safe for your skin. So their main thing about, I guess, the promotion of the lamp, or not the promotion, but the main feature of it, or main focus as to why they made it, is for skin health. And then you can see it's really cool, like when you move your fingers around your thumb, then certain lights turn on and turn off. And so I do think that that should make the lamp last longer. And then, just in case I didn't say the name of it, it's O'Nail. Like the letter O and then space in the word nail, like your nail. So yeah, that's the name of the company. I don't plan on using the Wi-Fi feature, but I'm gonna tell you when, like I said, I watched a little bit of my video before I came out here, I realized that I did something that I should not have done, because I want to see my hands every time I put my hands into the lamp, and they have it set to where it will do that every time, so long as you don't turn the volume up. If you turn the volume up, you can only view your hands or your client's hands for a certain amount of time, or a certain amount of times. I think it's 6. And then you either A, have to turn the volume down, and it's going to show on the screen, it's going to have like a little speaker and some lines, kind of like what you see on, I was just like Wi-Fi, but I think the speakers are like that too. Even on a computer, there's some type of way to tell. But these lines remind me of the Wi-Fi lines, the curved lines above the word Wi-Fi on a computer. So I think there's 4 levels of a volume. And then there is, some people are calling it mute. Some people are saying that you just turned it off. And there'll be a slash across the line to end the little speaker. So if I had not did that just to see how loud the voice could get, then on my video, the full review, then my hands would have shown every time, but it would have talked every time. It reads what's on the screen. And even though it's a short message, it's like 1 sentence. The thing is that if you want it to show the screen all the time from the camera, it's going to read that every time. So the only way that that it will not do that all the time is if you do turn up the volume. It also can play classical music, but I don't think it does that unless you connect to Wi-Fi. So if you're a fellow content creator like myself and you want to make a video, I would say, unless you have figured out how to play music with copyrights, then I would leave the lamp how it is out the box. Leave it muted, turned off volume, whatever they are calling it. That way you can make your video, and the only thing you have to worry about is it talking, not playing the music. I don't really know if the lamp can learn over time. I think that the infrared sensing that it does is cool enough for me. And then being able to see my hands is awesome. So in that department, they nailed it. And then I'm excited to see the wireless keyboard remote. And to pair it, I did read on Google that you do not have to connect the lamp to Wi-Fi first. So they explained that you hold down the AI and I think the B button on the remote. And so long as you turn the lamp on first, it should pair. So I'm going to try that. And I think I'm going to have the instruction booklet like with my video as well, and then read it to let you guys know if that's how you pair it. I'm assuming the information I found online is correct. The words in the instruction booklet are just small enough to where if I don't have to take it out for the video, I would rather not do that. So that'll be a short video. The other one I made of the lamp, it just shows what happens right out of the box. It'll do, it's 2 screens to tell you that it's an electric lamp or whatever. And then it doesn't talk unless you put your hand in there. Then it'll pretty much read to you what's on the screen, that one sentence. And then a couple seconds later, it'll show your hands. The one thing I did notice was I actually took it out of the box today. And I thought, I want to see my hands every time. I got to see what it was like when it went quiet, but the whole point was to see my hands and to know that it has the capability to do that every single time I put my hand in the lamp. I tested it today, even if it's for a couple of seconds, and the clock's already started counting down. When I take my hand out, or I should say when I took it out, the screen showed up every time. And what I did was, first, I did a test. Because for some reason, it reset it, like, itself to what I did. It's not like its default setting of when you unplug it, either the cord from the lamp or unplug the plug from the wall, where when you plug it back up, it's preset to 75 seconds. Even if you push another button for, let's say, 30 or 120, the next time you stick your hand in there, I think it goes back to 75 seconds. So I thought that it would preset itself back to having the volume down, all the way down, let's say it that way. And it didn't. After I stuck my hand in and it read the screen, it actually had it on, I think, either the lowest setting or the last setting. I had it on for the volume. But the odd thing is, I had turned that off at some point. My video was really long yesterday, so I don't remember when I did it. I believe it was the day before when I did a test, because I don't like to do unboxings. So I am not quite sure why it decided to have the volume back up again. So I did a test. First, I turned it off with the power button. Then I turned it back on, let it start up, because it actually does say starting with dots next to it when you first turn it on or plug it up. Either way, the minute there's a power source to it, even if you don't push the power button, it's going to be on. It's going to turn itself on. You don't have to push the power button. So after that, I unplugged the cord from the lamp. Then I plugged that back up. The third test I did, I unplugged the plug from the wall. And I plugged that back up. And I was thinking, I wanted to call it the adapter, but I can't remember if that's what that thing is called. I call it the plug. I know it's not what it's called. But it stayed with the volume all the way down, because I had turned it all the way down before I did that test. So I can't really guarantee that if you do that, that the next time you plug it up, that it will be down again like it's supposed to be. I just have a feeling, and who knows, maybe it would have happened anyway, that I should have left it alone out the box. I thought I would like for it to play classical music. It is soothing, but the fact that I make nail videos sometimes, which are like unboxings, you guys will hear me complain about it on the full review. I don't like to make nail videos because everything goes wrong. Things drop, nails don't cure, you know, I like stop holding them, and then it starts to kind of slowly lift up. And I do have a separate light on the stand, and I don't think it's the light. I think it just happens. Because at this point, the main thing that I'm working on is to lay it down, the nail, and have the builder gel to spread to the tip and stop. So I'm still working on that. Some fingers I have it down packed and some I don't. And maybe I don't have enough pressure. So I'm thinking, I take that back. I think part of it would be I need to practice more. And then the light, for that polish that has a stand, it is touch, but you have to have turned it on first. Then you can touch and turn it on and off. So I need to make sure, because it will auto shut itself off. Then you tap the bottom part where the light is, thinking it's gonna come on, and you totally forget that you didn't see numbers on the screen. So overall, I think it's just getting into habit, paying more attention, and then with this lamp, just making sure that the volume is down from the beginning. And hopefully when I put my hand in to take it out, especially if I'm recording, it will continue to show my hands all the time. The heat of it got a little warm on one of the hands, but it wasn't a heat spike. So I like that, and it has 109 beads. Whoever said on whatever review I read, whether it was on Amazon or somewhere else, that it doesn't have that many, you turn that thing over, and then if you're gonna keep the box for it, it almost makes you want to put it in the box upside down, which I'm thinking about doing because I'm concerned with damaging the bulbs, even though they, well, the cover of the bulbs, the actual, I guess, the beads, but they feel pretty thick and well made. That's just me being cautious. So I thought about it and I said, you do realize that the box is perfectly sized to the lamp. There's hardly any space around the lamp at all, to the point to where the adapter and the cord, they're inside a box, and that box is inside the lamp when you first get it. So there's not enough space to set that smaller box on top. The base for the lamp, the bottom of it, you can just pull it off. So that's my concern if I do put it in upside down, because I still have the, I don't know what type of paper that is or plastic, but it's the bag, I guess, quote unquote, or sleeve, I guess, that the lamp comes inside of. I'm deciding to keep it. And again, they measured it perfectly to where it barely fits inside. It's like everything was sized perfectly. And I don't know how I feel about that. See, this is how I want to keep it, but then again, at least that's an extra protection for the screen. I think they could have made it like an inch longer. That way, there will be something to grip to help assisting in putting the lamp in and out of that little bag that it comes in. They probably could have folded it over. I don't know if using Scotch tape is a good idea to tape it on the inside so that it's not just dangling. But I don't know. I don't know what they could have done. I was thinking like a drawstring bag, but maybe not. So especially if you like having your nails long, you might think this is not long, but be careful. Especially if you get frustrated to the point where you decide to turn the box upside down. So yeah, I am thinking, my wheels are turning, what to keep it inside of. It's not that I would throw away the box, because I think I was told, don't quote me on this, but I know for a fact the lamp has a 1-year warranty. Whether you order it from Amazon, from O'Neill, or I found a store in the city where I'm from, in Bakersfield, California. They have another location in Visalia, California, excuse me, and they have a website. They have really good prices, and right now, there's $100 off the lamp, just like the code that some of the content creators have. I did discover, because I put the code in wrong, so I discovered it by mistake, but when you go there, a little box will pop up on O'Neill that will ask you if you want an additional $10 off if you subscribe to their website. So I did that, and the code was wrong. The code also only works for the lamp. If you put O'Neill, F as in Frank, B as in boy, and the number 10, I think that will give the $10. However, if you put O'Neill and the number 10, it gives you $80 off on the website. But if you're gonna order from the website, you might as well go to YouTube and look for a content creator that has the number 100 at the end of their code. That means that's $100 off. Okay, so why did I order it from Amazon? Because of the 30-day return policy. Unlike this treadmill, I don't think that at $2.99 with an $80 coupon makes it $2.17 and some change. I don't think it's highly priced enough to where, especially if it's effective out of the box, to where Amazon will give you a hard time. Because if you think about it, do you really want to deal with the 1-year warranty right away? The email that they have, there's 2 listed online. Neither one of them work. If you go through Yahoo, you'll get an error message if you use either of the O'Neill emails. So there's one that says service@o'neill.com, and there's one that says service@o'neill.co. Neither one of them work. They have a phone number, the area code. I looked it up, it said that it was Houston, Texas. I called it. There is only a leave your message thing. There's no greeting, there's no thank you for calling, oh no, nothing. So I don't know who I called because I was trying to cancel the order for the remote. I read online it could take anywhere from 7 to 16 days to receive it. And I thought, especially since I've never ordered from their website, that just wouldn't be fast enough. So, back to the store. Let's see. I don't know if there's any codes. In the store and O'Neill, I think they use Shopify. So when you're on the website shopping for either or, if you do purchase something, for O'Neill, you might see it switched to shop.com, or it might say shop.app, which I guess is the app for Shopify, which is odd because I was on the desktop version of the internet on my phone. And then I want to say, I could be wrong, well no, I did place an order for my phone, but still, I don't have the Shopify app, so it didn't take me there, so I didn't know. But for the store, I forgot what the name, it's Take Over Nail and Lash Supplies. Their sales are final. They told me, I talked to them on the phone, unless the item comes out of the box not working. But with that discount, and yes, Amazon has taxes, O'Neill does not, their website. Takeover, I believe, has taxes as well, but still, I would have rather have had $100 off instead of $80. And they did tell me, you know, if it's not working out of the box, whatever you order from us, then call us and let us know, and you can replace it. I don't know if you can get a refund, but you can just ask them. I know for sure that they'll help you with the exchange. And I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think they've had online orders that had to be returned. So I asked if you have to pay to return it and pay for the exchange to be shipped. And she said no. And then she told me, well, actually, she wasn't sure about the return. So that's why I say I don't think that the location in Bakersfield has ever had returns online. I could be wrong. Maybe it's product based, like the decision of whether or not you would have to pay to ship it back. I know what you're thinking, but it was defective out of the box. Excuse me. Yes, that's the case, but if it's policy, it's policy. So on there also, they have bundles, and you can even buy the battery for the nail lamp separate. They have the charging station with, this is kind of odd though, with the 2 batteries. They were sold out. And what I think it was maybe it said sold out because I think that price was just a charging station. But it did show the batteries. So maybe it's a charging station that they're out of. However, if you want to get a bundle with the lamp, the charging station, and 2 batteries that come with it, it said it was in stock. I don't know. I guess they wouldn't take apart a bundle, which is a good thing, especially if you don't have the lamp and you want the lamp as well. It was very reasonably priced. It was like $279 or something like that. Let me tell you. So the lamp is $299, and Right now it's $1.99. And on Takeover or O'Neill, the website, one of them I saw, I think $3.99 crossed out. So if I'm right now, with the code for the $100 for the website, actually it's like having $200 off. But I don't remember where I saw the $3.99 at. I just know I saw it on one of those sites. So that's pretty good, because I don't think I could do it unless I was a professional nail tech, whether I worked out of my home or I had my own shop or worked at someone else's shop. I don't think I could pay that much for a lamp. So I think that their prices are good. And the big bundle that I want to tell you guys about from Takeover, okay, I'm going to give you individual prices. We already know there's a possibility that the lamp might actually be $3.99 and not $2.99. Right now on the site for Takeover is $1.99, right? The charging station with the 2 batteries on O'Neill is $90. On the Takeover website, at least the one where it shows if the items in stock in Bakersfield, is $79.99. The drill on O'Neill, I can't remember. It's over $400. I think it's over $450. It might be like $469.99 or something like that. On the Takeover website, if I remember correctly, the drill is still over $400. The armrest was either $59.99 or $69.99, something like that. It makes a U, the squared off U. The remote is $29.99, and the light with the stand, it was up there too. I can't remember. I want to say it was more than $100. I could be wrong, but it was, if I can remember correctly, up there in price. It kind of shocked me. I just pictured the price of my light and my stand that I would have paid from not polished if I bought it separate. And by the time with not polished, you're paying $90-something. You're getting the light, the stand, the base. It's heavy. Be careful. And a pressed X soft gel for your nails kit. You're getting the box of nails. You get the pH bond, the primer, and I think you can still pick between gloss it and the stain resistant top coat. And I believe you also get the thicker builder gel. Okay, so going back over to the O'Neill prices, no matter where you buy them, if that little light neck stand is over $100, that's crazy, right? Well, you get all of that. Okay, I'm gonna list it for you again without the prices. The lamp, that's the screen. The light with the stand, the armrest, the drill, the wireless keyboard remote, and the charging station with the 2 batteries, all for, I think it was like $6.79 or something like that. And on the Takeover site, it says that the regular price for all that, for that bundle, will be $8.99. Even if that is their regular price and they didn't have a sale on the bundle, I calculated everything separate, and I think I did it for maybe prices based on O'Neill, or if you bought everything separate, from Takeover. No, O'Neill. So if you bought everything separate from O'Neill, because I don't think they have that bundle, I could be wrong. It was like $1,300. It was over that. So $8.99 regular price, $6 whatever it was, $79, $29, $59, whatever it was on Takeover for all of that I listed, is good. Now I know you're probably like me, you're thinking, I need to try their products. And what if I'm like you and I have some of this stuff from a different company? Well, then you have a choice to make, right? But I was just amazed. I was like, oh wow. And I'm one of those people, I'll look at the price of something that I already paid, because like I said, on Amazon, in comparison to O'Neill's website, I paid about $37 to $40 more, because the discount only being $80 and the taxes were a little over $17. And O'Neill, on that website, I would have got the $100 off with one of the content creators' codes, and there would have been no tax. Okay, so I thought about it and I was like, girl, that's the price of the remote. On O'Neill, I think the remote was $30 and the shipping was $10. I think on O'Neill's website, I believe the order has to be at least $50 in order for the shipping to be free. But just in case, it's actually $100, just like the Takeover site. I mean, if they have their sales still going for the Bakersfield location, at least you don't have to worry about trying to find a code for the lamp. Okay, it automatically is already $199 for now. And then I thought, okay, I'm supposed to get a refund of $40 because the shipping was $10 from O'Neill. I said, I'm just not familiar enough with their website. I don't care if I get their products and I find over time that I really like them. I want to order from either a trusted website like Amazon, or if I were visiting back at home in the store, in Bakersfield, well, I said that backwards. If I was at home visiting in Bakersfield, I would go to the store, is what I was trying to say. And I would do the same thing I did when I was home, one of the last 2 or 3 times. I bought my not polished lamp that way. I did not buy it through their website. And so, or any other store that's close by where we live now. So I could deal with the savings. I could totally deal with the discount. Even with the taxes, it wasn't that bad. So considering that they, I think, do charge taxes, I still came out of pocket about $18 more, which could have went towards the remote, because on Takeover, the remote is $29.99. And then the shipping was like $7 something. But if my order had been $100, like I said, then the shipping would have been free. But the thing is, ordering from them, I think I forgot to mention this, from Takeover from the website. I don't know about the Visalia location, but the Bakersfield location, remember, Cali is on Pacific Standard Time. They said if you order by noon, or better yet, by 11 a.m., they ship your items the same day. That is about as close to what you would deal with Amazon. Even though you most likely wouldn't receive it in the same day, I think even if you were in Cali, still, and the fact that you can talk to somebody like Amazon, right? They had a bigger discount than Amazon. And if it came defective out of the box, there's nothing to worry about anyway. I could do the, like I said, the final sale thing, because if it was effective, I wouldn't have to worry about the final sale policy. So I was thinking about returning it from Amazon and ordering it from Takeover, because I also wouldn't pay for shipping. And I was kind of playing around with the idea of going ahead and getting the bundle with the charging station and 2 batteries. I mean, why not? I think it was like $232 and some change with Amazon when everything was said and done. There was no shipping, like I said, there was the taxes. For the 2, whatever it was, 70, whatever it was before taxes with Takeover. Well, before, plus taxes. Calculating it, I think maybe would have been a good idea. And of course, you know me, I would have looked at the $199, at the $79.99 from Takeover to see if it's cheaper than the bundle. But yeah, I don't think it would have been like maybe a $40 difference. So in my mind, to get the 2 batteries in the charging station for, let's see, from Takeover's website, if we round it off to 80, that's still $40 less. From O'Neill's website, it's 90. That's $50 less. Why wouldn't I order the bundle? But I told myself, I already started to like it. I already did a test on it. I already used it yesterday. And so I know how this one works. So I'm just gonna eat the 20 bucks because Takeover and Amazon have taxes. So yeah, it'll make more sense when you go look. My thought process is just look for the biggest discount. Then, at least what I did was look at the return policy. Because even in store, all the O'Neill products have a, what do you call that? A 1-year warranty. So we're 42 minutes, and I'm gonna credit that to my next walk, if I can. My balance is off today. But yeah, that's the way I do it. I look at price first, and then I think, okay, shipping, and as a part of the price. But my overall concern is the difficulty of sending it back. Let's just say I didn't want to exchange. Then I thought Amazon was the best way to go, and I found Takeover after. So yeah, I guess now I know. And when I go home, they definitely will be getting a visit. You guys know I love nail stores. So I'm gonna go top this off. And yesterday I combined my 2, oh yeah, I did. Let me think. Yes, I did. I combined my 2 walks because I, not yesterday, the day before. So the day before, on Tuesday, I did not record. So I did walk, and I couldn't. I was like I was today, but worse. I couldn't do 2 40 minutes. So on Tuesday, I walked for a whole hour straight. Okay, so yeah. Obviously I didn't do that right now because I'm recording. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get myself to 40 minutes, but if nothing else, at least 20 extra minutes will be good, I think. I am going to weigh myself maybe, let's see, today's Thursday, maybe like Saturday or Sunday or something like that, and then see, because I feel like I've slimmed down some more, so I'm excited. I'm hoping that I am closer to 170. Of course, my goal is way lower than that, but any weight loss is a good thing. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.